What's up with the squad? Back with another video. I seen the title was going down. Make sure you hit the like with that subscribe button for me, please.
We'll have a conversation.
So this Fox News alert now, we have major breaking news on one of the cases facing the former president, Donald Trump. Specifically, the documents case based out of Palm Beach, Florida. For more on that, David Spun tracking it in Washington, D.C. And David, I'll allow you to deliver this major headline.
Judge Aileen Cannon has dismissed the classified documents case against Donald Trump in Florida. This is massive news. We did not see this coming at all. This is a case that she tentatively postponed to a later date. The original trial was set for the end of May. She moved it back a couple of months, though not setting a date. She has just dismissed it in a 93-page court document saying that Jack Smith, the special counsel's appointment, violates the appropriations clause and the appointments clause of the United States Constitution. In layman's terms, she's saying that he was not appointed lawfully and not appointed appropriately. I'm sure we're going to be hearing from the Department of Justice about this momentarily, as Attorney General Merrick Garland believes that he had every right, and his team believes every right, that he could appoint Jack Smith as special counsel.
So that's the breaking news. Just for those of you guys who didn't believe me, Judge Aileen Cannon has dismissed Jack Smith's documents case against Donald Trump due to concerns about the legality of Smith's appointment as special counsel. Judge Aileen's dismissal argument centered around the idea that Jack Smith's appointment as special counsel in this case did not adhere to constitutional and legal standards. Specifically, she contended that the process for his appointment lacked proper authorization and oversight, thus violating the appointment clause of the U.S. Constitution. This clause ensures that specific federal appointments receive appropriate checks and balances, typically involving presidential nomination and Senate confirmation. By questioning the legitimacy of Smith's role, Cannon emphasizes the importance of maintaining constitutional protocols in judicial processes. So look, as per usual, I'm just a simple, common citizen. It's hard to decipher the exact details, considering Judge Cannon's release, I think, is over 90 pages long, and it's nothing but gibberish legalese. From start to finish, I'm no genius lawyer who can read all that stuff and know exactly what's going on, but it seems to be an issue of constitutional adherence. The Appointments Clause of the Constitution mandates that principal officers, those with significant authority, must be appointed by the president with Senate confirmation. The argument in Cannon's ruling suggests that Smith's appointment did not meet the criteria, making his actions as special counsel legally questionable. It's an issue of political neutrality. There simply has to be checks and balances. A president or an attorney general shouldn't be allowed to just appoint a special counsel at will. There has to be some sort of rigorous process, and of course oversight to make sure that that individual is conducting themselves appropriately, and of course isn't—
And that's exactly why somebody got to do something about Merrick Garland,
a totally partisan pick. You can't have presidents naming whoever to special counsel, choosing the most partisan, most politically motivated individuals, and essentially sicking them on their political opponents. That to me seems to be the issue. Maybe I'm understanding it incorrectly. Judge Aileen Cannon also said that there were way too many pre-trial issues, essentially to effectively continue, and so the decision was made. The charges indeed have been dismissed. They have been dropped. I'll show you guys the official document. We have an order granting motion to dismiss superseding indictment based on appointment clause violation. Former President Trump's motion to dismiss indictment based on the unlawful appointment and funding of special counsel Jack Smith is granted in accordance with his order, EFC number 326. The superseding indictment is dismissed because special counsel Jack Smith's appointment violates the appointments clause of the United States Constitution. Special counsel Smith's use of a permanent indefinite appropriation also violates the appropriation clause, but the court need not address the proper remedy for that funding violation given the dismissal on appointments clause ground. The effect of this order is confined to this proceeding, so I'm not exactly sure what they're talking about here in relating to a funding violation, but apparently it wasn't even relevant because the appointments clause was grounds enough. So the case has officially been dropped, and Jack Smith, well, Jack Smith looks real pissed.
Special counsel, do you plan to make a statement soon to us?
Bro,
can we expect to hear from you today on the docs case, sir?
He got to know something else coming with that too.
Now, I have no doubt that he's going to try to continue this case. He's going to challenge Judge Aileen Cannon's decision, but even with that pathetic pursuit, I don't think it's going to lead anywhere, as Jonathan Turley chimes in.
I get a final thought from you, Jonathan Turley and Andy McCarthy. Start with you, Jonathan.
Well, I think that with Judge Merchan, the assumption is that he's going to say a lot of this is unofficial conduct to preserve the conviction. But I tell you, I've gone through that case after the immunity decision, And I sat in that courtroom. I was surprised at how much of that case falls into the second bucket of the 3 buckets laid out by the court. A lot of it is stuff that the court says is presumptively official and protected. So he's going to have a tough time trying to make this cat walk backwards to preserve that. But for Donald Trump, if of all of the cases that could be dismissed, this would be at the top of the list. This was the greatest threat. And for now, at least, it's gone.
Not only does Jack Smith have an issue relating to the appointments clause, but he also has an issue relating to funding violations that could easily be used against him. And then on top of all of it, it's already been identified that a lot of the actions that Donald Trump took that Jack Smith is trying to charge him over, well, they're considered official presidential acts. In other words, he's totally immune thanks to the Supreme Court decision from, I think, 2 weeks ago. So it's not looking so good for Democrats. Frankly, it seems to be Trump's week. And look, I'm not the one saying it. I know some people are going to be a little bit uncomfortable with that statement just because it's a very emotional time, but I mean, even Trump seems to be in good spirits.
Definitely, and him, announcing his VP. We're gonna get in there tomorrow. About JD Vance and how people feeling about that. But
just got off the phone with the former president, and he said this: "I am thrilled that a judge had the courage and wisdom to do this. This has big implications, not just for this case, but for other cases. The special counsel worked with everyone to try to take me down. This is a big deal. It only makes this convention more positive. This will be an amazing week." He said again and again that this was a big decision. He pointed to, Justice Thomas and the questioning in the Supreme Court on this very issue about the special counsel. But seemed to indicate that he thought that this would have implications for other cases.
He's ready to rock and roll. He's happy with the decision. He's already altered his speech. He's also going to be announcing his VP at the RNC convention tonight. Essentially, things are looking good and the show must go on. And this, of course, well, it's got leftoids seething. And also,
the crazy thing is, I thought it was going to be Byron Donalds. For some odd reason, I had a really good feeling that it was going to be Byron Donalds or JD Vance. I know a lot of people were saying Byron Donalds or JD Vance, and that's why I want to know, y'all thoughts on that too. But this is great news. Definitely big shout outs to Liberal Hivemind. Amazing video, amazing information always. But I want to know y'all thoughts. I want to know y'all thoughts on that. And honestly, this is definitely a huge win, and more to come. Just like you said, with Trump, he's making that statement. Yeah, he that did happen, and blessed, that he's still alive. It's a great thing, and like I say, prayers, sending my love, to the ones, the person that was killed, and as well as the ones, wounded in that matter. But definitely appreciate y'all. Much love of everybody, every single one of y'all. Regardless, we got to move forward here. Always stay positive. Always pray. And keep pushing, try not to be so negative, even though, what happened and stuff like that. People are going to have different things to say, negative things to say, but you just ignore it and keep doing what you're doing, and stay positive. But you already know, definitely hit that like, but that subscribe button. Catch y'all next one.